ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनं। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्रीतुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्रीतुलसीदासाय नमः। Hari Om, a very warm welcome to this final session of Aranyakanda and the series. Though we have completed the Kanda yesterday, we will see a few points today which will be not only of great interest but also very important for a sadhak's growth. Before going to the next Kanda, Kishkinda Kanda, we thought we will do a very small analysis of what we have learnt. In Balakanda, the Bala Dharma was pointed out. The birth of Rama and his Shikshanam was pointed, and we also saw how Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji's Agnya Palanam, obeying, and Sevaka Dharma of a Shishya, both of them were very beautifully pointed out. Thereby, Bala Dharma, Agnya Palanam, Shishya Dharma, all of them were enlisted. In Ayodhya Kanda, now they are grown up boys. And here we find Raja Dasharatha's Vachana Palanam is pointed out. Thereby, the Putra Dharma has been enlightened. Alright. From Rama and Bharata standpoint, Raja Dharma as well as Yuvaka Dharma has been upheld. And therefore, we find up to this Aranya Kanda, you will find lot of dharmas are being highlighted. Thereby, it is also an indication that you and I have to follow these dharma in whichever stage of our evolution is, or whichever stage of evolution that we are. Now coming to Aranyakanda. Moha has been highlighted in the beginning, and how it is being handled is being pointed out all through the Kanda. Forest of delusion is seen. And what is delusion? Delusion is ignorance, lack of discrimination, infatuation, confusion, fascination for the world. All these things come under moha. Even though every episode is independent by itself, there is a silent undercurrent that connects all of them, is what we have seen. Aranyakanda begins with Ramchandraji and Sitaji living happily at Panchavati. It started with Jayanta's moha, and it ends with Narada Muni's questioning Bhagavan about Santa Lakshanas. Began with Jayanta, ends with Santa. How beautiful. Now, a deluded Jayanta to an enlightened Santa is all about Aranyakanda. Alright. This is also a journey of sadhakas like you and me. How we need to learn from that. Starting with delusion, we should now end with enlightenment. How is it done? Let us see. After Jayanta's episode, the first was Satsanga. What is that? Bhagavan Ramchandraji came to Atri Rishi. Ramchandraji, Sitaji, Lakshmanji. Binu satsanga viveka na hoi. Ram kripa binu sulabh na soi. It is not easy without Rama kripa, and without satsanga, viveka cannot come. And there is a great meeting with Santa Mahatmas, isn't it? In satsang, we get the right understanding, right vision through gaining knowledge. Right? Bhagavan meets all the other rishis as well. Sharabhanga Rishi, Sutikshna, Agastya Rishi. So there is a lot of meeting. To come out of delusion, one goes to the satsang, attends, having gained the knowledge, removes all the moha. Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivan Mukti. What is Jivan Mukti? Where there is no more moha. Right? To come out of the moha, two things are very, very important. One is satsanga, second is gaining jnanam, gaining the knowledge, getting rid of all that which is a hindrance to our path from moha to jnanam. This is the main purpose of satsanga also. While we go to satsang to increase in knowledge and reducing all the wrong thinking, who is a santa? Now see. Muda mangalamaya santa samaju jo jagajangamati ratharaju. We saw this in Balakand. Santa Samaja is where you get pure joy. Joy which is not dependent on anything. A joy which is pure by its nature. Joy that is the very nature of a human being actually. Ananda Swarupaha Ahamasmi. Right? And that is where you find all goodness. In Tirtha Praya, in Tirtha, what do you call it as? Tirtha Raja, we got that word. Tirtha Raja, what is it? Prayag, where the confluence of the three rivers, Gangaji, Yamunaji and Saraswati come together, and in this confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati, what is it that we gain from there? Rama Bhagati Jahasura Saridhara. Gangaji represents Rama Bhakti and Sarasai Brahma Vichara Prachara. The Brahma Vichara represents Saraswati and Vidhi Nishedamaya Kalimala Harani Karama Kathara Binandani Bharani. While Gangaji is Ram Bhakti and Saraswati is Brahma Vichara, Yamunaji, who is called as Ravinandini, daughter of Surya Devata, she represents Karma. Thus, Karma, Bhakti and Guptagamini Jnanam. And these Santa Mahatmas are in whom all the three come together. Karma, Bhakti, Jnanam. All the three come together. And it is there Ramchandraji, Sitaji and Lakshmanji meet Atri Rishi and they get the satsang of Atri Rishi. While Ramchandraji and Lakshmanji are with Atri Maharishi, Sitaji is taken inside by Anasuya. Anasuyaji teaches her Pativrata Dharma and Stri Dharma. Look at that, from the beginning, all dharmas are being pointed out. And to your wife, how she should behave, how she should be, that is pointed out. It also indicates how the jiva must understand its own dharma, swadharma. That is why Gita says, Swadharme nidhanam sheyaha. Child, putra dharma, shishya dharma, yuva, pati dharma or pativrata dharma. And all these are extremely important to get out of samsara, the transmigration. Most important. And dharma is the only way. And that is why right from the beginning till here, all dharmas are pointed out, giving us the idea what is our dharma and how we should follow so that we may also get out of this cycle of transmigration, samsara. And dharma viveka. Now we said we have to follow dharma. How do I come to know what is my dharma? Dharma viveka can be got only through satsanga. And there we find Bhagavan Ramchandra ji, Lakshman ji, and Sita ji. All of them are completely brought under the umbrella of dharma through what? Dharma upadesha. And what does that dharma upadesha bring? Dharma upadesha brings the knowledge of dharma and vairagyam. Without dharma and without vairagyam, that higher truth is impossible. Dharma leads to vairagyam, vairagyam leads to knowledge, knowledge leads to devotion. We always have thought karma, bhakti, jnana leads to supreme being. Yes, but where does the supreme being knowledge lead to? Again, devotion. Nirbhara bhakti is where it has to lead. So, bhakti at the initial stage is a means to the higher, and once it is gained, then bhakti becomes the end result of the very experience of the higher. Right? At the banks of Godavari, Panchavati, Lakshmana asked questions. What is the truth? What is knowledge? What is devotion? What is vairagyam? What is maya? All these things he asked Ramchandraji. After dharma paripalanam, when I said vairagya comes and then knowledge removes maya, very important. Knowledge alone can remove maya. And in Aranyakanda, Lakshmana asks Ramchandraji all these questions. And one should attack delusion in oneself before delusion attacks you. Prevention is better than cure. Now, Lakshmana is asking Ramchandraji even before delusion attacks him. Think how beautifully it is being brought. And Lakshmana falls in this category of prevention is better than cure. Very many of us fall prey lately. Now see, one is Lakshmana who asks and then he prevents delusion from attacking him. Then we have the other person, Arjuna, who falls prey for delusion and then gains knowledge, asking knowledge with Krishna, and then he removes delusion. Then you have Ravana, the third variety, who doesn't want to know of delusion itself. He is reveling in delusion, and finally we know what happened to Ravana, which of course in our katha we will come later. See, when we say delusion, Maya. Maya is of two kinds. One is Vidya Maya, another one is Avidya Maya, which is very beautifully brought out in the way Ramchandraji, Sitaji and Lakshmanji treks the forest. Actually speaking, Vidya Maya doesn't bind anybody, whereas Avidya Maya is very, 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 very bad. We saw in the Chaupai, Eka Dushta Atishaya Dukha Rupa is Avidya Maya. Look at the way they were walking. First Ramchandraji went, Then was followed by Sita ji, who represent Vidya Maya. Ramchandra ji is a supreme, followed by Vidya Maya, Sita ji. And Sita ji representing Vidya Maya, who is she? Udbhava sthiti samhara karineem kleshaharineem sarvashreyoskarim Sitam natoham Ramavallabham. In the beginning shlokas we saw, she is Vidya Maya, the Maya Shakti of Bhagavan, and who is the Supreme and who has created the entire universe. Think. Lakshmana, who is a Jiva, who represents Jiva, follows Sita ji, and Sita ji is following Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma. Therefore, Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma followed by Vidya Maya, and Jiva, as long as he follows Vidya Maya, he is safe, because Maya is also a Shakti and she protects Jiva. Vidya Maya will never trouble you, remember. Only Avidya Maya will trouble you, because Vidya Maya gives you the knowledge of living legitimately and righteously. Whereas Avidya Maya leads to living illegitimately and for the sake of passion, lust, desire, etc. And all Shadvairinaha are extremely powerful in the person who has Avidya Maya. Shurpanakha is Avidya Rupa, which comes under Avidya Maya, sister of Ravana. She wanted Rama without Sita ji. Note this. She wanted Rama without Sita ji. Ravana wanted Sita ji without Rama. How interesting. Shurpanakha wanted Rama without Sita ji. Ravana wanted Sita ji without Rama. And Ramchandra and Sita ji are inseparable. However, Bhagavan cannot withstand when his Maya Shakti, his power is insulted. Is it not? And therefore, Shurpanakha finds her end of being royally insulted when she insults Sita ji. Lakshmana comes, he cuts her nose and ears, thereby she is rewarded for her irresponsible behavior. Think. Her fickle-mindedness is exhibited when she went to Rama. Rama says, Lakshmana is alone, you go there. Then she goes to Lakshmana and Lakshmana says, no, you go to Rama only. And then she again comes to Rama. That means what? The mind is so fickle, unstable. Yato nischarati manaha chanchalam astiram visa. And such a fickle mind, such an unstable mind can never reach the goal. So in our life, we have to learn dharma, follow dharma, be steadfast in that, and not allow the mind to wag its tail. We must have the mind under our control. Think. I remember one song, bhajan. Chanchal mananit Ram japa kar, pal pal chin chin ghadi ghadi nis din, Ram japa kar, chanchal mananit Ram japa kar. Very beautiful song. Hey mana, you are so fickle. whenever you are weak, you understand anyway. At that time, Ram Japa kare. Take the name of the Lord. And that blessings of the Lord will instill strength in you to follow your dharma properly. Is the call. Think. And as long as she was with Bhagavan, now see, Shurpanakha, she was with Bhagavan, she did not understand his greatness. Look at the contrast. Shabari Mata, she was far away as though from Bhagavan, but she was all the time remembering Bhagavan. Isn't it? Look at both our minds only. One mind is fickle, unstable, chanchalatvam, asthiratvam, all the Shadvairinaha. Whereas the other one, which stayed far away, yet was close to Bhagavan. In the Upanishad it is said, Durastam antike chatate. You may be very near, yet very far. Or you may be very far, yet very near to Bhagavan. This is a glory of bhakti, glory of jnanam, and glory of swadharma also. While Shurpanakha was full of raga, whereas Shabari Mata was full of anuraga. We saw mantra japa mama dridha vishwasa. Mantra japa mama dridha vishwasa, says Ramchandra ji. Through mantra, through japa, they have tremendous faith in me. Look at the glory of devotion. Bhagavan Ramchandra ji himself goes to Shabari's ashram. The power of devotion is you don't have to go near Bhagavan. If you are sincere in your own bhakti towards Bhagavan, it will bring Bhagavan towards you. It will draw Bhagavan towards you. And that too with Guru Kripa. Matanga Muni had blessed Shabariji, and therefore she not only got the darshan of Bhagavan, she also got bhakti upadesha. Now look at that. So many upadeshas. Dharma upadesha, karma upadesha, now bhakti upadesha also was given. All started from delusion, and en route all these happened and leads to Santa Lakshanas. And what is Santa Lakshanas? It is very beautifully pointed out. What? They have all the three. Bhakti Lakshanas, Karma Lakshanas, Jnana Lakshanas, all the three put together is Santa, and Santa Lakshanas were sung by whom? Bhagavan himself. He had earlier said, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. By saying so, he has come down to the earth to establish all the dharmas. And through following those dharmas, he has taught us those dharmas, and he also gave an example of somebody who has gained all those lakshanas and who is living with absolute joy and bliss, and that is Santa Purushas. Thus we find the entire Aranya Kanda is beautifully depicted by giving us the knowledge of all dharmas and lakshanas. Alright. Now with this, we conclude Aranya Kanda and continue with Kishkinda Kanda from the next series starting from the 1st of November. Thank you very much for giving me all the inspiration to go through this great Grantha along with you. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।